Hey fuckers, it's Friday.
Can't spell shattered without shat or turd.
Like a gut punch to the abdomen.
Some of the funniest shit on the web.
I call it a rock Fred.
I like the cut of your jib, gentlemen.
These 5 are the only protection we have.
The best part of the show is the genuine Hasbro love.
Good night, folks.
And of course, Pat's weekly farts.
Breaking news. It's very outside of the box.
Nailed it.
I love Friday. Bob's Bait and Tackle, now carrying Hasbro.
They truly are your favorite podcast.
Thoughts, prayers, likes, and shares.
Shadowcast.
A to B.
Shadowcast Uncut? Is that you? Shadowcast
When are you going to bring Larry back?
My favorite Star Wars podcast.
Shattered cast on
Complete fuckers. Podcast is intended for mature audiences only, and its sole purpose is to entertain. If it doesn't fit with your sensitive sensibilities, please feel free to turn it off now and
Shut the fuck up, Chip.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Shattercast Uncut, episode Turdy. I'm your host, Oscar Alonso, and 330 episodes have gone by. Where has the time gone?
Shit still stinks.
And it sure does. And of course, I'm your host, Oscar Alonso, also known as the poster boy for buying janky figures off eBay. And joining me tonight are the other members of the Shattercast crew. I'm done giving us fabulous names because I keep getting myself confused. Coming up first, he is everyone's sex pagan. They started the Salem witch trials because one of his ancestors decided to hit up some bomb-ass looking chick and was like, oh, she's like fucking possessed and shit. One, the only T2R6 Justin.
Yep. I knew that was my story.
Yeah.
He's like, how'd you know?
Coming up from behind, because that's his favorite position, and also his only way that he does anything out in the real world now since COVID-19 hit. He's your favorite law attorney and mine, the one, the only, Robert D.
Hello. My favorite angle of attack is the dive bomb.
Gross. And last but not least, he is playing a remake of Final Fantasy VII, and he's enjoying it. He wants to kill some drakes, so he wants us to speed it up so he can continue on in his escapades in the world where Cloud is the prettiest man-child ever. The one and only Greg Ford. Mercy.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
yeah. I guess that's it.
All right, so let's go ahead and start with, did anybody get anything, Justin?
Nope.
Okay, good haul.
All right, Tifa's got to go. I'll be right back.
Did I get?
All right.
Tifa? Queen Latifah? He's got a pet named Queen Latifah now?
Her name is Tifa. It's a character from the game.
Oh.
Her name is Tifa.
I thought you had a new cat and you named her Tifa, short for Queen Latifah, because she was like fat or something and laid it around.
Wow, that's
imaginative. Thank you. Move along.
Imagine all the people.
Yeah, for all you young kids listening, Queen Latifah is the reason why Cardi B is popular.
Mm-hmm.
She was a
all I know
pioneer.
is I love the way Oscar's voice sounds tonight. I feel like Mr. Howell from Gilligan's Island is hosting the show. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. It's fabulous.
Awesome. Just makes me super happy. So did anybody get anything, Greg?
Yes, I got something.
What'd you get?
Drake.
I got Drake. I got Drake's greatest hits. I got Unique Toys Dragoon.
Nice.
Finally.
How's that treating you?
I like it.
Good stuff. Excellent.
Oh, my neighbors decided that he's the bad guy again. He's got that bass up. Listen to some, what's her name?
Kesha?
Cardi B?
No,
Queen Latifah?
Shh.
Look him.
I can't think of her name now. She's the new teen sensation.
Sinead O'Connor.
Sounds about right.
That is not the new teen sensation, that's for sure.
Oh, fucking Eyelash.
Yes.
Missy Eyelash. Whatever the hell her name is. I hate her. Blue-haired moron.
Does she have blue hair?
At one point, she has green hair, blue hair, orange hair. I don't know. Something eyelash. What's it? Fucking something eyelash. Fucking eyebrows. Jenny eyebrows. Bullshit. He did a Hot Ones a year ago. I need to watch it still, but I hate it so much. But I should watch it just to see her mouth burn.
Oh, what? Hot Ones. Yeah. You're talking about the thing on YouTube?
Yeah, have you seen the Gordon Ramsay one?
Mm-mm.
He's like, oh, I'm going to shit my pants. Dude, Hot Ones is the shit. It's really funny.
Well,
did you get anything, Robert? No? You didn't get anything, Robert?
Yes. Wait, I didn't hear a question. I just heard. I got in Generation Toys Red Bull. And
you broke it.
I broke
Shit.
it. No, it's not a piece of shit. I'm the piece of shit. And the real piece of shit, though, right? I was stupid to use the instructions. I said, you know what? Let me just stop fucking around. I'm going to use the instructions. I'm going to have a nice little playtime with my toy. There's no rush. I'm in quarantine. Blah, blah, blah. I was going step by step and like slowly. You know when you're looking at instructions that have the, you can't tell if the arrow is turning left or turning right or turning towards you or turning away. And like they zoom in on a piece that's supposed to move, but because they've zoomed in, you don't even know what fucking part of the toy they're talking about. And you're like, wait, I've got to make sure I've got this angle right. And you can't even position the toy to look like the zoomed in image that they have in the instructions. But anyway, I was going through all that, but I was working through it just fine. And many times, it's not even a difficult transformation. If you don't look at the instructions, you can transform this thing. That's what pisses me off. There's a part where, it says, pull the shoulders out straight. And that's a very Generation Toys thing. They did it with their Streetwise. They do that where you pull them out because it's collapsed. I figured, okay, it's in bull mode. The shoulders are collapsed into the chest cavity and da-da-da-da. So I'm pulling in it. I'm seeing joints. I'm seeing spaces because there's tight stuff in here because it's brand new. And I'm like, wow, it's saying pull out straight. And I pull, and then a fucking arm snaps off. And it wasn't pull out. It was pulled out and down. Like a different motion. And it was only like 45 degrees tops, maybe 35 degrees that it moves, and it made it look like you're supposed to pull them out and extend them all the way like a Seeker or Streetwise. And I was so fucking mad at myself and mad at the instructions because I didn't need them. They didn't help. And it's a prime example of how instructions are so underrated. The importance of instructions. That is the most intimate relationship between the customer and the toy company.
Yep.
The instructions.
I agree with that 100%. And I hate when the pictures are so small and you don't know what part of the toy you're looking at. Things like that. Fans Toys is guilty of it too. You turn to a page and you're like, okay, we've highlighted something in red. What fucking part of the robot is this? Because I don't see what we're looking at. And you're flipping the thing around, looking around. It's so annoying like that.
Jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah.
I stopped looking at Fans Toys instructions when they finally changed their master file to not say dyno mode anymore.
I know. That was just funny.
That was what, yesterday? That wasn't so.
Yeah, that was I think that was before the last Senecon came out.
Spindrift had a dyno mode. I know. Who else?
Perceptor had one.
They all had dyno modes. But this figure is actually really fucking good, and it's so good. I ripped his shoulder off at a transformation joint, and it is so solid that I was able to peg it all back in, and he's in bot mode, and you wouldn't know I'd broken it. It's fully articulated as a robot. It's solid, but it's the instructions. The instructions really, they missed a step. There's a place you could have a Sheridan moment because there's a knee lock and the instructions do not show it. But at that moment, I had already I'm like, fuck this, I'm going to do it myself. And I saw the knee locks, these little flap tabs. And I'm like, wait, they're not knee. I didn't know what it was for because I was looking for combined mode aspects because they ship it to you in this purported combined mode. it comes looking like Predaking's lower leg, and
sure it's not just compressed like that to save on space.
But it looks just like it. Like everything's folded up traditionally, like a Warbotron lower leg would be. That's
like
the thing.
very secure.
It is very secure, and that's not
like with nothing
Warbotron.
like hanging out.
Yeah,
to break off and package.
It's the placement and it's the orientation of everything. It looks just like some type of Warbotron lower leg. It does, but there's no combiner ports. There's nothing that I can see. So that's why I'm like, what are these pegs for? Maybe it's for combine mode, but it wasn't. It was just some knee locks that weren't in the instructions. So if you're looking at those instructions and you do what it tells you to do, you're gonna snap those off too. But I passed on that because I did it myself. But I should have broken that as well, but I didn't. But so it was very frustrating because this toy didn't deserve that experience. This toy deserved a much better experience, and that affects a company. That affects everything. It affects the consumer's experience with the company. And it's not fair. It's not fair to the designer. It's not fair to the owner of the company. It's whatever moron did the instructions, but also it's on the owner because you've got to look at all that stuff. Like you've got to be in charge and you've got to look at the instructions and say, are these good enough? Is this how I want my customer to experience this toy? It's just a shame. It's a shame because the toy itself is sick. Like the bull mode is pretty cool. I think it's better than MMC's Tantrum just in general, but it's on par. It's just slightly better. But it's on par because it's so stylized, but it just looks a little better in some ways, a little more articulated. But the bot is crazy. It's almost the same size. It's a little bigger, a hair bigger than MP Sideswipe, but it looks like MP Sideswipe, like it really does, stylized, But that's what's really great. And it's got a lot of paint, really articulated. So, I got another one coming. I really do. I hate the fact that I broke it, but I want to have it. So I got another one.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, little things too that I gave him a pass on, like when you collapse the bull head into the chest cavity, there are holes in the pelvis for the bull horns to go into. Otherwise, you cannot collapse the chest cavity properly. And in the photos I posted, it wasn't collapsed properly because I didn't notice that. And then when you look at the instructions, it's like a far shot. And you have to look to notice that the bull horns go into the holes in the pelvis. It's not like, make sure this happens. Like, you don't get that kind of, particulars. Maybe they're just like, fuck it. No one look at instruction anyway. Generation Terror.
Okay.
What did you get, Oscar?
I haven't gotten anything.
Really?
My pre-order for the site. No, my pre-order for the Generation Toys Red Bull Sideswipe came through, but it's in my stash right now. Just selling some stuff to see if I can save up. And I plan on selling some stuff to raise money so I could get a Perfect Effect Nemesis Gorira.
That's the Ultra Magnus Gorira, right?
No, that's Generation Toys.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Howell.
So yeah, waiting to save up, pick that up, and then I'll have it shipped.
What's the price difference between the Nemesis and the original?
It's like $70. No, it's the same. Sorry, I thought you meant between that and the Generation Toy. No, I think it's the same price.
So why would you go for the Nemesis? You just like it more?
I just like the color scheme better.
Yeah, looks good.
Didn't we have this conversation already? I feel like this is a conversation we've had.
It's similar. It's a similar conversation.
No, I think it's the same conversation.
I have spoken.
Same stuff ever was.
Okay, Drake. Whatever, Drake.
And the days go by.
So moving on to third-party news. This is
Once in a lifetime.
I picked up. It is the New Age Toys Purple Megatron.
So what is the basis of this Megatron exactly? Is this like...
I believe this is an homage to the scene where he was being reformatted by Unicron in the animated film.
Yeah, that's what I thought they were going for. I wasn't positive on that, but I feel like that's what they're doing. So,
wasn't this called like reformatting? Isn't this called like reformatting a Megatron or something? Or
I have no clue.
Give me a Megatron covered in like crosshairs. That's what I want. Like the hash. Hash. What do you call it? Cross hash. Graph paper. That's what I want.
Yeah, you want the graphic lines over him like in the cartoon.
Yeah, like give it all. Don't go cheap. Don't give me purple plastic. But I've probably done them too.
That'll probably be the next one.
Yep. Yeah, I'm sorry. Maybe it's cool, but I feel like the influx of just clear versions of everything is really changing my need for it.
It is. It's getting a little ridiculous. I mean, they're releasing a yellow version of Ultra Magnus. Doesn't need it, but they made it. I forget.
Magic Square?
I think it's Magic Square. Yeah.
A yellow Ultra Magnus?
Yeah, It's like all translucent yellow.
Oh, cut the fuck out of here.
Oh, for that like E-Hobby Shining Ultra Magnus or whatever it is.
Yeah, which is fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Give me an Ultra Magnus that pulls apart. I'll take that.
Yeah, detachable limbs, baby.
I'll take that. And it still transforms. And he comes with a matrix that's stuck together.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take that.
Stuck together. They're all stuck together, stupid.
It would be really cool if these Legends figures could have like little voice chips. That would be cool. That would be really cool. They got to do a different gimmick. You'll snag me on that. If all my little Legends guys could say something.
Water flowing underground.
Get me out of your asshole.
Shove me up your butt, optimus.
Wash me at least.
Did you wash your hands? Did you wash your hands?
You vape. This doesn't count as a smoke-free home.
Yeah. Fucking vapors. Tired of your shit. Fucking dumb. Blowing on that glass cock.
So is anyone in on this Megatron? Anyone at all?
Matt is.
Matt is definitely in.
Of course, Matt is.
Let's ask him real quick. Hi, everybody. I love Transformers. I'm going to buy this. Because I love Transformers.
I see it already has the new hips installed. Yep.
Does it? Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So it
I
does.
think at this point, Matt would already have triggered, and he'd probably just be like, yeah, I'm getting.
Yeah, mine. I just want to, I love Transformers, mine. It feels great.
That's Matt untriggered. You know what? If you're gonna have a clear transformer, you got to figure out something about your shiny metal.
How about
screws.
you get a clear Transformer up your butt, Robert? You stupid motherfucker.
I feel like that was
I
perfect.
got 3,000 subs, man. Eat a dick. I'm bigger than Justin. I'm bigger than Oscar. I'm bigger than Bobby, man. I'm the fucking best.
Whatever, Oscar. I know you like clear transformers too. You buy them all the time, so whatever. You just fucking shitting on everything, asshole.
Why does it matter? We can all buy clear Transformers.
Transformers are best. I love Transformers. I hate Transformers.
I don't even know why I'm talking here.
Oh,
Matt's never coming back.
All right, moving on. Come on, Oscar. Come on,
He
Oscar.
doesn't even listen.
We
He
gotta
doesn't
move on.
even listen. He's
No.
such a big shot.
he's
He doesn't-
just like Bobby now. It's great.
No, Bobby doesn't listen either.
We got to move it along, Oscar. Come on. Next thing, Oscar. What we got?
Oh, he's telling Matt now.
Next up is
That was my man.
Transform and Roll Tide. Transforms rollout TR-02 Commander of the Stars. That's their. We talked about this earlier, but this is a more great prototype version of them.
Well, that's not what it says. The heading.
Oh, I'm not reading that. What did I write? TF
says-
rollout Cybertron Optimus Prime. Yeah.
It says troll out.
No, it's not.
Mine.
It. Well,
My screen does. It says troll out.
you just changed it. That's why. But yeah, so I guess this is MP scale Cybertron Optimus Prime. Looks pretty sweet.
Yeah, so we've seen this before. I wonder how when it's actually coming in this case. Like, it is something that I'm interested in. Their jazz was way better than it had any right to be. I feel like, yeah, like it's pretty good. It's probably the best car mode of all the Jazzes. The joints are like kind of like a crappy company's somewhat first attempt, but like it's competent. It's not terrible. So I'd be interested to see, what they do with this when it's done. So
yeah, I mean, is it up for pre-order anywhere?
I don't think so. Let me see if it is.
Is this mold 3D printed?
Yes, probably.
Is that a thing now?
No,
usually, it's a test print.
Prototype. Yeah.
I don't see it anywhere.
So, what do you guys feel about like these new third-party companies? They're not necessarily new, but just not that well established, jumping around.
Oh, actually, it is up for pre-order. $185 on Chosen Prime.
Oh, they could eat a dick.
Eat a big, dirty Cybertronian dick. Eat a Michael Bay dick that's just a bunch of fucking squiggles and lines and shit.
Yeah, so in this case, with this being that expensive, this is the case where, like, I'm interested in this, but, like, it's way too expensive of a figure for me to be like, yeah, I'm in, because, like, honestly, it's so expensive.
What would be your price? What would be your price?
Would be my price? I think maybe I could do like 125 on this.
Yeah.
I think that's okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because,
I'd be okay between like 125, 150.
Yeah, I'd say drop like around 50 off this because you're not a known player in this game. Like your Jazz was competent, but like, by no means would I say that is an amazing Jazz, but the alt mode looks good. But the joints kind of sucked, So, I don't know. I want to see more from it. I do hope that it succeeds. I could be interested in this, but, like, I need to see other people get it first and decide that they actually like it and it's worth owning, If it doesn't get that, then I'm out. So.
But that's the thing. Go ahead.
I'd say it's definitely a watch someone review piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to sell out.
Yeah.
I mean,
This was a Pizza Hut.
They would be wise to put it in a proper price point of like 125 to 130 and knock it out of the park so that you've now established yourself. And then
You got it.
I agree.
You got it.
Make yourself a small profit out of it, and that's it.
And then your next release, charge a little more.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Make your money then. But you guys are fine with them doing just like a G1 Jazz, and now they're doing this thing.
Right. And G1 Jazz, what was he like? I think he was like 80, something like that. And like even that was kind of felt high, but like at the time, that was kind of like whatever. You can justify it. If it's no good, it's no good. I'll just turn around and sell it, whatever. But this just seems it's just too much. It's too much in this case.
Yeah, it's a pretty high price point. I mean, we're getting. What I noticed is that the ones that do have that higher price point they tend to be just a little past the 8-inch mark for scale.
Mm-hmm.
Like this bad boy's got to be at least like 9 inches, 10 inches between there.
Yeah, but like the more you spend, the more you expect. So at that price point of almost $200, you're expecting Fans Toys.
Mm-hmm.
If it was $400, you'd be expecting Takara.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Greg?
And honestly, like if they come out and it's a great product, like this should not be your number 2. You should be putting something else out that shows like, hey, we can do this, and then maybe you put this out at 185. Because like take Fans Hobby for instance. Like if they came out and their first thing was that God Bomber, right, and or the Power Master Prime armor, right, and they're charging like 200 plus for it, like who would have been in on that?
Yeah.
The lower priced monster bots kind of been like, okay, this is the build we're going for. And then like, they released that G2 Optimus Prime and the Scourge and stuff, which I think blew a lot of people out of the water,
Yeah.
Like, wow, this is good. And now they're like, okay, now it's $200 for this, that, and the other thing, I totally get that. I get that. So, I don't know.
Look at the screws in the wheels.
Yeah.
It just tells you right there what this thing is going to be built like. Fucking just big ass, dopey looking screws in the wheels.
What figure do you
$200.
see that? Oh, I see him. Ooh. Yikes.
Yeah, like cheap ass bulbous screws for wheels.
Maybe they won't be there. This could be.
Yeah.
This is a test build.
Give him the credit. I can't get behind that. Like, it is a test build. I have to see him. The final one will have like rivets and things like that in there to make it work proper. But yeah, it's still, this is not a good first showing. Basically, like a real first showing of the test product.
Yeah,
So.
if you want to do something good and establish a name, do something that's smaller. I just get the feeling that they're like, well, what's a good seller? Prime. So many primes are out. What hasn't been done, that much? Well, there's Banana Force, but still Galaxy Prime. Yeah, let's just do that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like that. They're doing a prime because they think it's going to sell, but not at that price point. If you keep the price point down, but show off your quality, do a cliff jumper.
Hey, what do you think the instructions are going to be like?
Trash.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember, the instructions on Jazz were not necessarily the greatest thing in the world.
They never are. What are the
Did you break Jazz?
No,
Justin?
he's fine.
Yeah.
Justin doesn't break anything.
You're a competent toy user.
You would think that, Robert, but things break. So
What's the last
periodically.
toy you broke?
My Fans Toys Blur. So
Ooh, you
broke him.
broke it?
Yeah, and it was totally my fault. I transformed him into his vehicle mode, and then I'm like, oops, forgot to do something, and I was trying to get the arm back out from being pegged in, and like it wasn't going, and I've just kind of put a little too much force on it, and it just shattered it at the elbow, basically. So, yeah.
But it repaired itself, right?
Yeah, pretty much. So.
Did you say you've been shattered?
I did, yes. So. And it was my fault, and like I've come to the conclusion. I'm like, when things are stuck, I ordered like 100 pack of spudgers to put around my house. Like there's like 4 of them up in my bedroom. Like, so if I bring something there's like 12 of them in my office at any given point in time. The idea is like, if something is that stuck again, I probably shouldn't try to pull it apart. I should just kind of get the spudger in where the connection is and try to break it more gently. And I use break it in the sense of, to change it around a little. So yeah, it's totally my fault. It was stupid. The Fans Toys Blur. Buzzing? No, not buzzing. What the hell's his name? Jabber. Yeah. Can never keep their names.
Overclocking.
So that was the most recent one. Before that, I don't know.
I have that guy still, Robert.
That was a good figure.
It was.
Still is. Still is a good figure. It's beautiful.
I got mine from Mickey Brave.
You know what else is a good figure? Still stands the test of time?
Backdraft. What? Who?
Did you say
Backdraft?
Oh, I want a pterosaur. Don't tease me.
Sure.
Yeah, pterosaur.
Someday I need to get a Terry. I also have to fix my actual Rodimus because he came with a pin missing in his shoulder, and I've just up to this time I've never fixed it, even though I could make that pin. I'm just like, it's fine.
Which Rodimus?
The Unique Toys one. The Unique Toys that did it, right? So the one that made Terror too. Is that DX9 or Unique Toys?
That's
I can never
DX9,
remember.
sir.
Same thing, same company. So yeah, mine has no pin in like the thing that locks the shoulder in.
DX9.
DX9.
What if they did what if they went back and did a clear version and it was a mix between Carrie and Terror and they call it Terry?
I like it.
Terry!
Sold exclusively at Terry's TF Club.
Oh, God, that's awesome. Oh, you're awesome, Gregory.
I'm sleepy.
That's because you ate all those cupcakes.
I didn't eat cupcakes, you son of a
said
bitch.
you
I do
were
have
killing Drakes.
I do have a blueberry muffin though.
That's a cupcake.
That sounds like a frustrated vagina.
Up next
had some jalapeno poppers before the shift started. Those are pretty good.
Jalapeno poppers. So for all my Beast War fans out there, Transform Element has produced some color prototype images of their Legend scale Scorpinok, which this looks really cool.
It really does.
Yeah.
This looks so screen accurate.
Yep.
Like, it's really good.
Their Rat Trap was just underwhelming.
Of course.
I mean, it looked like it didn't have like waist, didn't have race articulation.
Race articulation.
I don't know. It was fine, but it could have been a little cheaper for what it was.
And what's the issue with the Megatron? People complaining?
Oh, that's Toy World. I don't know. That person on Twitter said it like he was wearing ham, and like I can't. Every time I look at it, it looks like he's got like canned hams all over his body. The color, I can't.
You can't unsee it.
No. And then somebody was like, "That thing was $50." Like, fuck that.
Oh. I mean, this scorpinok looks pretty good. It really does.
Mm-hmm.
It's clean. It's really clean. I love it. I really love this thing.
Yeah, I think if you're into Beast Wars and stuff, like, it's a good purchase.
But I mean, I would buy this, but I wouldn't buy the Rat Trap. I don't know about the
Generations Rat Trap. I pulled mine out of storage. It still holds up, man. It really does.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for another company to hit Legends Beast Wars. Really, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I mean, maybe this is a sign that they've elevated their game. So maybe I should get it. But does that mean I should get the prior releases? You know, I mean, I've learned my lesson. Like even Iron Factory, you know, the early stuff. What?
Why would you buy Transform Element?
Why wouldn't I?
They make KOs.
What do they knock off?
They're the same company as Black Mamba and one of the other brands.
And what did Black Mamba knock off?
Pretty much every Studio Series figure.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Then made it bigger.
Then I guess I won't get them. Thank you, Gregory.
Nope. You
know, behind every rich family, there's a thief.
Integrity is what happens when no one's around, Robert. You can tell other people, you know, you got to stick by your...
I'm tempted to get this. It doesn't look like shit. Every mech fan
It looks really good. I mean, compared to its original Beast Wars release, which I believe was like an all black deco, looked nothing like the show.
This looks like the show.
Yep. That looks just like the show.
Even the fucking eyebrows on the Scorpion. Like, I love how it's almost like an anime. Like, it looks like, you know, Transformers animated, you know? Like, said, we'll take this. Like, this is how you make it look like the show. I don't know. I think I would get this. I think I would get this and then, like, put... I would get this Scorpinok, and then I would put a Murder Hornet in the box and then mail it to Greg. And he'd be like, "Oh, Scorpinok, no!"
I mean, you're buying KOs, you're swapping figures in the packages. I mean, you know where's the line, right?
Swap the figures.
I do it at Walmart.
By the way, real quick, just to go back to the TNR Optimus real fast, the product images of it do not show screws in the wheels, so it's definitely a test shot thing. So, just so you know, we probably already got comments on it anyway.
What if it's a bait and switch?
Yeah, could be.
Murder Hornet. What product images? You mean the bot mode?
Yeah. Hold on, I'll send it to the chat. You can.
Yeah, it shows rivet. No, it shows screws in the bot mode.
Here, hold on. I'm trying to get the. Let me see. How can I get this picture? I'm just gonna send you a product listing. There you go. And you can see it there. Like it has the fire engine motor, whatever it is, space fire engine. Yeah, it's fine.
See shit.
So anyway, TNR, if you listen to our podcast and you want to send me a review sample, I'd be happy to review it because I'm interested, but, you know, you got to prove to me.
Why would they show product images? Okay, these photos that we're posting now were released after those product images were released to the retailers.
Yes, but keep in mind that like a test shot is not necessarily the final product. So, you know, presumably there's going to be differences in rivets and things like that, and you're just kind of piecing it together to make sure it works. Like, I mean, we've seen this type of thing before where, you know, pieces are even missing or parts of pieces are missing. Like, there's that one thing with the New Age, the Ratchet, you know, where like you could see when it was somebody else's design or something, and like here's the loose putting together of the thing. Like, same thing. You know, what works in CAD doesn't necessarily work in reality. So.
Yeah. Did you just like blow your nose, Oscar?
No.
Okay, good.
I brushed my mic.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
With your snot.
You were just talking. Well, actually, it was a cat hair on my face. I went and blew it off.
All right, well, moving on to the...
ever do screws in their prototypes?
No clue.
I don't care.
Hmm.
Why are you harping on screws?
I bet it's it's probably a bait and switch.
Mm-mm-mm.
It's probably a conspiracy.
What are we moving on to, Oscar?
Okay, Matthew.
We are moving on to Titan class Scorpinok images in hand. These were kind of the buzz on Facebook. A lot of people were sharing it. It's from the Prime versus Prime on YouTube channel. Yeah, I love how quickly the fandom descends into, oh my god, he stole this, or he paid someone at a factory to steal it.
He probably did. It's probably fair to say that, right?
Other people have done that too. It's just when it's something that people are like super jealous about.
Is that's the only way they'd get an early release, like just to take a look at it? It has to be stolen?
I believe, I guess at the moment, yes. I mean, this looks all right. Headmaster within a headmaster, classic gimmick. It looks like a solid Scorpinok. I got no affiliation, you know, no attachment to the character. You know, on this scale, this size. But you know, it looks all right. It's freaking huge, obviously.
Teeny stinger.
I think I'm a little disappointed how big his Eric is, but at the same time, I feel like it also makes sense that he's that size.
Mm-hmm. But at least the back of Zarek is cleaned up, you know?
Yeah.
There's not a face hanging off of it, just like for Cerebros with Metroplex. Fortress Maximus, sorry.
Yeah. No, I agree.
So. He's the same size as Tilt from the Triptychon set, but you know, I mean, if there's, you know, what I love about our fandom is when a new character gets announced, regardless of who makes it, the fans come out en masse, and then profile pictures change to those characters, and you know, but this doesn't look half bad. I mean, like I said, I'm not in on it. It's not my cup of tea, but it looks beautifully executed. It's fucking big. I think it'll make any Scorpinok fan happy.
Yeah, I think so. I'm tempted on it because I've got like Fort Max and stuff like that, and it'd be nice to have a Scorpinok to go with it. But like, I'm also at this point where it's like, I know I have that ridiculous Hasbro Unicron coming, and he's gonna just eat shelf space, you know,
yeah,
and like
take up a lot of real estate.
Yeah, like I'm already like Triptychon's kind of like halfway on the shelf and stuff like that, and like I'm running out of room for these enormous figures, you know. So yeah, and like yeah, I don't know. Like I'd rather get like a Legend Scorpinok just because I can put it somewhere better, you know. So
yep.
Yeah.
I totally hear you, and I honestly, like, all the good stories I read about him in the comics, he wasn't the Titan. You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah, the Titan thing is only a Headmasters and like G1 toy thing, basically. Like, you know, he's a in a lot of continuity, he's just kind of like a regular leader class type character.
And does he transform in the comics?
I think so.
I'm just going off the top of my head. I don't recall. I remember he's a headmaster in the IDW comics. Yeah, he was a headmaster, but he was also like in the Regeneration 1 storyline they did, where Simon Furman, finished off his Generation 1's arc. He wasn't a headmaster. He was, and I don't recall him using his beast mode, the Scorpion mode.
Yeah.
You can say beast mode.
Whatever.
Beast Wars.
But I mean, he's not as big as Metroplex. He's a little taller than Omega Supreme. He's a lot bigger than fucking Predaking. Jeepers. He's about the same height as Trypticon when he has that visor flipped up for his gun. But yeah, I don't see him next to Fort Max though. I guess this guy
it's about the same size as that Metroplex.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty. The Fort Max is kind of a retooled Metroplex, so.
Yeah, that is true. But I like my Fort Max.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, if I see this for a good price, I'd probably pick it up. I don't know if I'm paying any kind of premium on it. Like I said, space reasons, things like that.
Yeah, I hear you on that, definitely. But yeah, Greg, what do you think of this?
He triggered.
Robert, seriously, you don't have to make a comment every time somebody says something.
Stop triggering.
That was a good Matt impression.
Which one, Robert or me?
You.
I guess, whatever. I mean, that's cool.
I was thinking I gotta go in my closet and see if I still have that Toy World Fort Max. I think he might look good next to some Legend scale. I don't know. How's it look? I mean, I guess really these things look really good next to Legend scale too, just because they really feel like it's city mode.
Yeah, they're Legend scale.
Yeah.
Robert, you were an Iron Factory fan back in the day. Didn't they do a Scorpinok?
Yes. Yep. He's about 5 inches tall.
Yeah.
5
See,
6.
That works.
I mean, if you want him to scale as like a comic version, but this this Scorpinok will scale as a city bot with your Legends. These are Legend scale, if you ask me. That's what they are.
Yeah. Is this the prop? Is this the which release of Devastator is this? Because I don't remember. Like, I think I have this Devastator, and like, I don't love him, but I think that the one sitting next to Fort Max or Scorpinok here looks like really weird.
Takara, dude.
Yeah, I have the Takara one. I feel like his face looks different or something.
Yep, that's definitely a different face. It might be. I don't recall. The only face like add-on kit I saw was the Provostator.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah. If you're a fan of the character being a Titan, and score it. But I'm more of a fan of him being like, I don't want to say Voyager class. I mean, I think it was Transformers Energon that had a Scorpinok character. That was pretty good. Worked out well. And then Hasbro went ahead and repainted him to be G1 color scheme with the headmaster and all for their last BotCon, I believe it was. Yeah, he's got a lot going for him, even that ankle tilt and everything. So at least they're sticking with those aspects for this character.
Yeah.
But I'm hard pressed to ask if they didn't release a Scorpinok, could they have allocated the budget and funds to make him into making their current line a little better? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't work for Hasbro. I can't say if they got a grand budget and et cetera, but like maybe if they didn't make a Scorpinok, they could have used that to make better freaking.
I mean, it is a fair question. If that is a factor in this, like, can they make something different? Because, like, is there a total budget to a line, and you've had to dedicate so much to this Scorpinok that, people will claim ended up in Ollie's 2 days before it released, things like that.
Yep. All right, so moving on next is Figure King number 266. Scans.
I thought of it picking it up, by the way.
Of the Scorpinok?
To answer the question, but yeah, I don't know. I thought about it, but it's sold out on Amazon, so. But anyway, that doesn't really matter.
Yeah. So moving on to Figure King number 266 scans for that features a Super Megatron, the Netflix War for Cybertron line, Earthrise, Studio Series, Cyberverse, and Masterpiece RC. I added this because there's pictures of that Super Megatron, which I'm now convinced more than ever is a retool of Galvatron.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, darn shame because I got excited for it, but. And then, of course, you have the whole entire Netflix line, as well as was it Double Dealer? Was that his name?
Yeah. Hollow Dealer.
Snapdragon looks really good, and for some reason, Studio Series Roadbuster looks good also.
Is that from the movies?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good. I feel like Roadbuster already kind of got some love previously, in the various lines, but it's whatever, I guess.
Well, his Human Alliance figure was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked it. But those I still don't get the repaints of Mirage and Sideswipe for the Netflix series.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's something related specifically to the actual series that maybe you'll understand, but yeah, I don't get it either. It's like, here's quote unquote evil versions or whatever. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know.
This should show you how forgettable this is. I did get something this week. It was the War for Cybertron Netflix Scrape Face, which is their repainted reflector. And
what's it repainted as?
It's just repainted in like a blue, purplish color scheme. And it's got 2 dabs of orange on his feet that literally look like lazy brush strokes. So I'm thinking, because I don't know much about what the series is going to focus on. Is it going to focus on the comic books that were just out recently, or is it going to be its whole entity, whatever? I don't think maybe him and Sideswipe repainted themselves to infiltrate the Decepticons. I don't know. Then Hound's color scheme is vastly different from his Siege predecessor. It's a lighter green. I kind of feel like it's it's not the same shade, obviously, from his, I want to say, not Generations. Was it Generations when he came out?
No.
Siege.
Siege.
No, I mean way back. No, the Siege line, that's a darker green than this.
Oh, you're saying the color is like the previous one? That was Classics, I think.
Yeah.
I think it was the original Classics.
Hello.
So, I mean, and that Double Dealer looks all right, but with it's just, I don't know, it ain't my cup of tea. So I'm sure someone will pick that bad boy up. Then, of course, another look at Masterpiece RC. Eesh. I think I'm not a fan.
Where are we?
We're on the Figure King scans. That covers Super Megatron, Hasbro, Masterpiece RC, and all that other stuff.
Huh. What is What is that? What is this Figure King scans thing?
I think it's a magazine out in Japan.
Yeah. So there was one time when I forget who, some company was BBTS or TF Source was actually giving them away with orders. So I have one Figure King magazine, and it's just interesting. It has a bunch of just things in there of various toys. So
people really want that Mirage. People are looking for that Decepticon Mirage, man.
That's the thing we were talking about. Was are they because him and Sideswipe kind of share the same color scheme?
Mm-hmm.
And we're thinking like maybe they're because I don't know what the show's about. If it's going to be after like the Siege comic book that their IDW is doing, that's based on the Siege design, or is it going to be its own storyline? Whatever the case is, maybe like they're colored that way, like they're trying to infiltrate the Decepticons. I picked, like I was telling Justin, I did pick up their Scrape Face, which is the repainted reflector from that line.
Scrape Face.
That's his name. Yeah.
It's quite the name.
Oh my god!
I think it's his name. I honestly don't care. It's a fucking horrible.
That's a great way to like say hello to someone. Hey, what's up, Scrape Face?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, and also the Super Megatron has an optional, I guess, face change where he looks like he's Megatron from the last night.
Mm-hmm.
Like a battle mask, yeah. It's there in image number 2.
What? Where? I can't hear. Image 1, image 2.
Okay.
Where do you see that? Oh, I see.
Bottom in the middle.
He's like, I'm an insect.
And he is a triple changer. He is a tank as well as the jet. And it looks like...
And he's animated.
He looks... Yeah, but he's more of a homage of like the Return to Star convoy. But thankfully it looks like that awful fusion cannon he has is removable.
Is that a fusion cannon, really? I mean, they just folded a bunch of shit on his arm, and they're like, fusion cannon.
It's a heavy retool of like that shitty Titans Return Galvatron.
It looks like a carburetor, like a giant carburetor.
Mm-hmm.
I will intake air.
Hey, we were talking about Snapdragon. How I thought he looked pretty good, and I'm looking forward to getting my hands on that guy to go along with my ape face, not my Scrape Face.
That looks pretty good. That Snapdragon looks pretty good.
Yep.
I gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to them when they deserve it.
And I was looking at the KFC Snapdragon and Ape Face that they released, and those look really fucking impressive. But Ape Face, my god, a huge chunk of shit on his back.
Yeah.
In robot mode.
I love this image of RC. It's like a skinny chick with no ass trying to show off her ass, like she thinks she has a nice ass, and she has no ass.
She got pancake butt.
It's like don't show that angle. Don't do it. You got nothing there. Don't do it.
Take the picture. I want to get all the likes on Instagram.
You're like, check out the backpack on that one. I mean, her backpack, not her ass. Her ass is a pancake. You like Transformers?
And then they got.
Pancake?
It looks like they got a couple of mini cons here. I guess they combine. I guess that's the gimmick for all the mini cons in this line, but I don't know what it's supposed to be. Justin, do you know what that is?
Combined mini cons.
Justin, do you know what that is?
Mini cons that combine.
It almost looks like. Wait, do they combine into Snapdragon? I'm confused. Where's the combine mode?
It's sitting next to Snapdragon there. It's so basically all these combiners turn into, or all these things turn into like some combined mode like gun thing, which is just two of them together and you use one's feet and imagine that's like a barrel of a gun.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's innovative. That's innovative. What's wrong with you? It looks like I got a car with feet mouths.
It just.
That's horrible. Oh my
again,
god, that's horrible.
Like everything that's come out, like I'm not crazy, like my Walmart had the Mirage, they had the Sideswipe, they had the Chromia, they didn't have none of the Voyagers, obviously because they sold out, or the Ultra Magnus. I think that was that a Pulse exclusive? Whatever, I don't care. But they did have the deluxe class figures there. I just picked up Scrape Base and he's fine. I wanted something different for my reflector set. But this Snapdragon, that's just looking dope. So I'm looking forward to that. He's nowhere near as hollow as Double Dealer. Then of course there's a Cyberverse Adventure figures underneath Snapdragon. You got Shockwave,
Optimus and
Megatron. This is the one that comes with the fucking Thew Adams Build-A-Figure?
Mm-hmm.
Thew Adams? Why? What do you mean?
It's called McAdams or something like that. McAdams. So everyone's on Twitter's joking that it's based on Thew. He's got a beard and all that stuff. But hey, speaking of, is it time for new questions? The answer is yes. Yes, it is. So we got one from a longtime listener, first-time question asker. What are your thoughts on unpopular characters who only have one third-party offering? Would you purchase it even though it has flaws, or would you wait to see if a better version comes out? I'm asking this because I'm interested in the TFC Lyle Kaiser set. It'd be my first big third-party purchase, and I know it has some problems, but I feel like another company wouldn't tackle it. What do y'all do? Thanks for the content during these strange times. By Skyda. So, for example, Robert, you'll know Sancho Barbosa, right?
Sancho Barbosa. Sorry,
only one company's made them, right? Same thing with like their version of Skybite and the Energon Shark that comes. Only KFC made them. If you're a fan of any of those three characters, you only have that one offering. So in this case, I like Sancho Barbosa because I was familiar with the Brave series when he came out. Before he came out, so it was nice to get my hands on him. I'm happy with him, you know. And as far as the Lyle Kaiser set from TFC, Skyda, I owned the Lyle Kaiser TFC set. I was happy with it too. I didn't think it was that bad. You know, I just think it was kind of a bitch to get his feet going there for his combined mode because the toes are installed in there. But other than that, I think it's a good set. Now it's at a lower price. I was buying them when they were coming out at first at $100 a pop. You could probably find them for like $250 for the whole set if you check the Facebook groups.
I mean, look, I have Sancho Barbosa, and it's still in my display, and it is going to be one of the hardest items to box because I love it on the shelf. I have all three. They look great. They look great. And I don't know if you could top it, not unless it was like Greg's favorite Fans Toys or something. You know, I came out with something super like amazing. But, you know, Greg, we'll talk about that later. But, I mean,
I love a Fans Toys Lyle Kaiser.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it has to be good. Like, it all depends on your preference in your collection. Like, are you collecting just to have the characters? So if there's only going to be one release of a character by one company, is that what you want? You just need a representation of the character. Mm-hmm. Or are you only going to spend money on something that is worth your purchase in terms of like the figure is solid and beautiful individually? You know, if somebody walks into the room and looks at it and goes, that's beautiful, and they have no connection to the character. You know, it's so one's subjective, one's more of a field subjectivity. I wouldn't call it objective because somebody else might say it's not so good looking. But, you know, what's the purpose of your display? If you need to have every character, then that's the only one that's going to be made. Go ahead and buy it. You know, it all depends on what your preference is. I don't want that. I would rather look, Transform Element and Toy World, Beast Wars, Legends. I love Beast Wars. Love them. I love Legends. But I don't like the Toy World Legends, Beast Wars, and I don't like the Transform Element Legends, Beast Wars, except for the Scorpinok. Mm-hmm. So am I going to get them all? No. I'm going to assume that somebody else is going to come along and make something better. Just like more often than not, you do see in this collecting life we have. You know, I think it's more of an anomaly where somebody comes out with a figure that nobody else is going to touch, a character no one else is going to touch, which I think is a mistake. You know, I think if Fans Toys did a Sancho Barbosa, it would sell out. You know, anything they did would sell out, really. But, you know, but that's the point. Like Greg and I agree, Fans Toys is the best. But
I love Fans Toys.
I know you do. But you know, you don't have to jump on it. I mean, that's almost like that's a sophomoric response to a release. You have to try to look at it as a figure that you paid for that is going on your display. And if your displays are nuts to butts, just jam-packed, like Matthew Deluxe Baldwin shelves, where he's got Energon like figures like on the good shelves, and his good figures are on the floor. Everything is so packed. You know? So what? Get it. Throw it on the shelf. No one's gonna fucking notice it anyway. You know? But I mean, but you're going to probably fall into the more likely situation where another company will tackle it, especially if they see that the prior release of that character was successful. Then they're going to say, well, we can do it better. And they will. You know? Anyone. Even Fans Toys. Right, Craig?
Mm-hmm.
He loves Fans Toys.
I do. I buy every Fans Toys release.
So for me, like, you know, kind of this question here, like, honestly, I don't think there's, like, there are problems with the TFC Lyle Kaiser. Like, there's no getting away with that. But, like, it looks good, you know. It's fine overall. The only thing that, like, I would be cognizant of is, like, we're once again into, like, a combiner's arms race, right? Like, you know, we got how many Motor Masters are Stunticons coming out, and, like, you know, because Zeta/Toy World, you know, set the bar with a new Devastator, you know? So I don't think it's out of the realm that we're going to eventually see a new version of a Lyle Kaiser. I think he's popular enough and he's a combiner. So, like, you know, that's 5 potential sales, right? So,
yep.
Yeah. So I would not be surprised at all to see that actually come out. So
I think actually for when they were released, one of my favorite third-party figures was, I'm probably going to butcher the TFC name, but it was called Akitos, which was their version of Guy-Hawk. Like, they nailed Guy-Hawk, in my opinion. I really like that figure. But other than that, like, you know, it did have its problems. But for me, like, I liked them in combined mode. That's why I bought him, because I wanted a Lyle Kaiser. Mm-hmm. I wasn't going to buy the absurd, you know, I bought years and years ago, I bought a knockoff version of him.
Big Lot Special?
I mean...
No, that's what they were. They were Big Lots. They had like 3 different versions of them, like in different ways of getting him at Big Lots for a while. Big Lots and Devastator.
This was like in a Bruticus, wasn't it?
Mine had the Defensor.
Ah, okay. So
yeah, they were called like they came on those cards. You usually got like 2 figures a card. It was a quick change or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you usually got like a jet and a ground vehicle for Lyle Kaiser.
See, when I got my knockoff set, I bought it online. So instead of getting Hellbat, I got another guy to take his place. Like, I joke saying I thought it was like Nose Cone or some shit like that at the time. But when TFC released that they were doing their version of Lyle Kaiser, I got really excited and jumped on that. So
literally, and you broke it. Fucking can't believe you did that.
I didn't break him.
You jumped on it.
No, I didn't.
You just said you did.
No, shut up, Robert.
Figure of speech.
I don't care. You're stupid. But yeah, go for it, man. Like I said, Skyda, if you check the Facebook group, someone's selling their set for like less than $300 nowadays. Or you can find it boxed at like BBTS or something like that on sale if they still have it.
Does that scale them, P, the Lyle Kaiser, or is it chug scale?
It's chugs.
So it depends on your collection as well.
Yeah. Like, it's the old scale with like the Hercules, you know, their Defensor, things like that. So yeah, this is what it is. It's fine. It looks nice.
Think about the big picture. You have to think about the big picture. Like, when you sit back and look at your shelves, are you happy? And if you are, like, that's great. Some people want eclectic stuff, and that's great. You don't have to have it all uniform, you know, but ask yourself that question because you want to be happy with it, you know? But then again, you might just be happy with the fact that you had the only Lyle Kaiser, you know? Then good for you. Good.
It's a lot better than that shitty Combiner Wars version.
Yeah, of course. It's great. It is. So it depends.
On a number of factors.
How many drakes have you killed, Greg?
Just one. Just the one I needed to kill.
Okay.
Why are you so concerned about my drakes?
Because I want cupcakes. God damn it.
We'll go to the store.
You know what you're gonna call it.
What?
Call it a store.
The bodega?
There you go.
Well,
I was actually gonna say go have your wife make you some cupcakes, but then I didn't want you to get your ass beat, so I changed it to store at the last minute.
He's actually making like quasi Chinese food right now, chicken and broccoli.
Was it chicken to China? Is that like Canadian Chinese food?
You have a drumstick and your brain's not ticking.
All right. Well, moving on. Speaking of brain thing, we have another question, and here we go.
Sounds like you're going to pass the cup.
I'm sorry.
When are you going to pass that perp?
What perp?
He said perk.
No, you just sound like a early 2000s Georgia rapper.
Yeah, it's Mr. Howell, okay?
Fucking hate this episode so far. Dear SCU crew, scenario, the god of Transformers has returned. He appeared in some of my earliest SCU questions, and he informs you that another global pandemic is on the horizon, and only one of our third-party companies will survive the ensuing chaos. More astonishing than the appearance of a deity dedicated to the single Earth hobby, he speaks and tells you that you, and only you, have the power to choose which company will survive. Which third-party company do you elect to save, and why? By MP Collector, our #1 SCU fanboy.
Except for those 2 weeks he wasn't here.
So we got another pandemic. Third-party companies start dropping like flies. Who do we want to stay operating? Stop.
Who wants to guess mine?
Omnigonics.
Oh, Greg, that's a good one.
What did he say?
Omnigonics. Who wouldn't want Omnigonics to survive? I mean,
somebody
seriously.
online compared. Side note: somebody online was trying to compare buying the New Age figure to taking a risk, taking a gamble on Omnigonics or DACA Toys.
New Age?
Yeah, it was in a post about that Dark of the Moon Soundwave.
Wow.
And they're like, well, this is an unknown company. And I was like,
dude,
yeah, if you call putting out about 40 figures,
yeah,
unknown.
It would be New Age for Justin.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Either that or that fucking Jazz. What company was that again with the Galaxy Force fuckface?
Oh, TNR? Yeah.
Yeah, TNR.
Definitely.
Jazz, it would be a New Age with TNR and, a slow second.
No, it would definitely be New Age first with Fans Toys as the close second. But actually, with what's coming out in the future, it's actually Fans Hobby has more things that interest me with the Headmaster Juniors coming out. I'm super excited for those.
Minerva.
Yeah.
I'm Minerva.
They do look really good. They
can't
really
wait.
do look really good. Yeah, and I did watch your review, Justin, of the Fans Hobby video you recommended when I was thinking about buying that trailer. Yeah,
That's fine.
but I would go for what would you go for, Robert?
Oh, okay. They're all dead. They all bit the bat, except for one. They were immune because they were raised by bats.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to say Magic Square because they are releasing everything. And despite the plastic that people don't like, I don't mind it. And they also can do MP, as we're aware. And they can do it well. So I would just have to say the most diverse company would be Magic Square. with Fans Toys being a close second. If Fans Toys did a Legends figure, I'm surprised they haven't. But if they did, then it would be Fans Toys. But they don't, so I would have to say Magic Square.
Fans Toys is too busy shipping out broken figures.
They're too busy making renders to post and waiting 5 years to. Yeah, where's my fucking Blitzwing?
I did notice my Warpath hasn't QC31 sticker, and the knee is a little loose, but we'll see how that plays out.
I'll tell you that Warpath, I think the shine's gonna wear off, and people are gonna sell him off because he's Spindrift. It's too heroic. It's not enough like the original character. It's not.
Well, I would argue that anything Fans Toys does is too heroic.
Blasphemy.
Not in a literal sense. They're the heroes of the hobby.
Nope, I took you literally. Too late.
Yeah, that's what I mean. In the literal sense, yeah. Not in the... Did I say not in the literal sense? I meant to say in the literal sense.
I think you said not in a literal sense.
So, okay, well, did you answer the question, Greg?
I haven't. I've been waiting for you guys.
What's your answer?
Fans Toys.
Wow.
Well, they put out... I mean, I know they're going to put out pretty much everything I need, so...
Wow.
And
Greg
then,
loves Fans Toys.
I do like Fans Toys.
You love...
I can explain it again if you'd like.
Yes.
It's not Fans Toys I dislike. It's the fan base of Fans Toys that gets my nerves.
Everyone gets on your nerves. You admin
Not
the
everybody.
cafe.
Justin doesn't get on my nerves.
He always gets on your nerves.
Mm-hmm. I'm on his nerves right now.
Literally.
Sexually.
He's your dentist.
That's my nards. He's my dentist? That would be awesome.
I wish Justin was my dentist. You would have no pain.
I wouldn't even need drugs. He'd just be like, all right, back with another root canal.
Well, then I wouldn't go to him if I can't get drugs. I wouldn't go. He'd be like, oh, we're just going to punch out this nerve with this pin punch, and you're done. I'm like, what?
Tink.
We fixed
We're going to be doing issue 243 out of 6,000 of the Eagle Moss.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
Justin's going to be like, all right, so we'll transform this cavity into a root canal with a crown.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're done finally. And now we're going to show how to do it backwards? No!
Back to a cavity?
Make sure he does the conk, 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 conk while he's doing the work.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Every time I'm trying to fit it into a 10-minute video, and it always ends up being like 2 hours edited down to 30 minutes. So
you know I haven't watched. I want to. Like I've like put it on the shelf. You know, and there's like something you never, when you notice it and you don't have the time for it, and you're like, I need to put a tab on that, and I want to watch it. It's those the Ecto 1 videos you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, issue number 45, Ecto 1
it was like
build.
200 and something. So there's plenty to watch eventually.
I want to.
Really? It's got like over 100.
Yeah, I forget how many issues it is. It's a lot.
I watched one of them.
Just a tire.
Yeah, one of the issues was just a tire. So
I put together a third of an engine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm getting 4 more issues. Probably, I don't know. Probably next week.
Okay, so what are you building?
The whole Ecto 1. It's a one. What is it?
1-to-1?
No, not 1-to-1. I wish it was. That'd be awesome. I'd pay a premium for that. So the Blitzway one's 1/6. I think this is 1. I can't remember. I don't remember it all. Let me look. Eagle Moss Ecto 1. It is. What is the scale? Like, it's pretty close to the Blitzway one, but it's not a 1/6 scale.
Is it a model kit?
Pretty much, yeah.
And there are issues.
Mm-hmm. What's
I
the
have
scale?
such a small window for watching videos because once Lisa's around, I can't watch Transformers.
Yeah. 1/8 scale. So it's just, 1/6 is a like, the like the Star Wars Hot Toys that Bobby has and stuff. And this is just be like a little smaller compared to that, but like it's still big. Like the 1/6 scale Ecto one, like it would take up a whole coffee table in my house. Like this one is still going to take up a lot of room, but it'll be manageable. So I'll send it to you, Robert. Look, here it is. I'll put it in the chat.
Thank you.
It's gonna have lights and all kinds of things.
God, he gets frustrated. He's posting videos about problems he's having. This is awesome. I'm like, fuck, I can't watch it right now. God damn it. All right. Damn it.
Yeah, it's gonna be impressive. So if you look at the first video of it, Robert, like they gave you a print, like a pamphlet type thing, which like folds out into the actual size of the car when it's all done and stuff.
Oh wow!
So you can see just how long it's gonna be. Like it's pretty crazy. Yeah.
Why is it taking you so long?
Because they release it. They release like 4 quote unquote issues a month. Because there's a magazine associated with it too. So you pay for each quote unquote issue, and then they send you like the magazine, which has some like little tidbits about like Ghostbusters and stuff like that. Behind the scenes about like the actors, things like that. And they send you 4 issues to put together,
Oh, okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, so like every month, and then, like in the end, it's going to be expensive when it's all said and done. But like, you've paid for it over many months, and you've got this pretty high quality model,
And where it's going to go?
Yeah, that's the last question, is where it's going to fit. So we'll see. Once it's done, we'll go from there. But
Justin, I mean, honestly, if anybody I know in this world, in this life, who could recreate the Ecto 1 1-to-1 scale, it would be you.
Yeah,
I
need a bigger garage than that, though. It's not going to work in this house.
What are you talking about? You've got like 2 acres.
Yeah, but I don't have like a 12. How long is that car? It's ridiculous. Length of. Let's see.
You know that?
You think your kids would disown you if you constantly drove them to school in a car that went?
Awesome.
Yeah, that'd be fun. So yeah, okay. So the Cadillac that the Ecto 1 is based off of is a, the actual hearse. It's about 20 feet long. Like, that's ridiculous. I would love a 1-to-1 Ecto 1, but that thing is enormous. So.
Dude, that is an insane amount of detail on the interior.
Yeah.
So, would there be any type of figures that would fit in there?
I don't know what would work, but like I'm sure you could find something that would work. Maybe like the Mezcos might work, and they might be a little bit small for it, but like they'd at least work. So.
Did you ever get those? Because
nah,
they're fucking hard to buy.
I don't currently have them. So.
I'm gonna binge watch it. That's what I'm gonna do.
You should.
I kind of want to also.
Oh yeah,
you should. It's been an exercise in frustration because there's a lot of tiny little screws and stuff, and like like transforming anything on camera is like impossible. Now it's like, let me put this thing together. Like, yeah, there's no way that this is all coming together without the screw flying all over the place because I can barely see it.
So it's a build video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh yes.
So what I do is I'm like, this is going here, this is what we're doing, and then like as soon as I get to the actual like putting it together, I 4 times speed it, so you can just you see all the like screw drops and stuff like that. It's just very fast, so it doesn't waste everybody's
you
time.
Yourself sitting there going, Adele, I swear to God, fucking kids don't shut up.
No, they're always usually asleep. There's no way that's happening with them around. So yeah, it's a good time. I like it. I actually saw a person on Instagram, Brian Pax. Yeah, that's what his Instagram name is. He was doing the DeLorean from Back to the Future, and like the details are insane. Like you even build like the cranks to like roll the windows up and down, and like they actually function to roll the windows up and down, like stuff like that. Like it's insane. So.
Says the guy playing with a hammer.
Yeah.
That's silly.
That's so silly.
It is.
silly like Drake.
I honestly, I'll give you credit because I couldn't. I mean, because these things come in like, what was the first piece that they sent you again?
First piece was the hood.
The hood.
Yeah, they give you the hood and like the little like vents and stuff that go on the hood, and that's part one. Then like part two was like starting to make the grill and the front bumper, like put that together. And then like it went from there.
Grill.
So I've got like the front portion of the car and a hood, and then like they started going to the engine, and they gave one of the wheels, which the wheels, huge, given the scale.
So now it looks like it got stripped in Harlem, New York.
And then one of the if you watch the issues, one of the issues they sent me, like one of the distributor cap plugs was like they fucked up and they sent me.
I'm sorry.
They basically sent me a piece.
Distributor cap plugs.
Yes. Yeah. So it was messed up, and they actually sent me like a piece of plastic screw and not actually the distributor distributor cap plug. One of them was missing. So I contacted their customer service, and they're like, they don't send just the part; they just reissue the whole issue. So like, I have a whole bunch of stuff here, and they messed up the first time and just sent me the issue with the tire, and I was like, that's not what I needed. And they're like, whoops, sorry, and sent me another one, and I'm like, all this for this like 3mm piece of plastic.
Yeah,
like,
but you would always know it's under that hood.
What a waste. Well I'm not saying they shouldn't send it. I'm just saying they should just send the 3mm piece of plastic and save themselves a bunch of money,
Right.
I mean, it could have been worse. You could have sat there and be like, hey, you guys forgot a part, and they're just like, gobble my dick, and then hang up.
Exactly.
So, but they weren't.
Oh yeah, and their customer service is pretty good. Like every time, like I've dealt with them, they got the part to me in like a week and a half, I'd say, or the reissued thing in like a week and a half.
So,
that's good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah. I can't complain about how they handle their business. So.
I mean, you are posting videos talking about all the issues they have, but that's okay.
Yeah.
We talked, Robert, we mentioned tonight about Central Barbosa, like the KFC Sharks. Grab my Sky Bite off the shelf. I forgot how insanely sharp these guys are.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
They'll skewer your fingers.
Jeez.
Wait, which one's Centro Barbosa again?
He's based off of, I forgot his name. He's from the Brave series.
What rank is he?
Wasn't it like Captain Shark or something? Like.
Yeah, I think it was Captain Shark.
Does he have a cutlass?
Yes.
Nice. Would he have a signature tune?
Like musically or a cartoon?
Both.
Central Barbosa, Central. And that repeats for like 40 minutes.
You used to do a whole Central voice. You don't remember? I am Central.
Of course, my friend, it has been so long. Since the ladies come and they say, Central, and I go, yes, I am sensual. And I am sensual. And they say, sensual, pleasure us. And I go, no, for I must sail the skies of the space seas and make love to my mistress, that is the Sea of Stars. For you cannot keep sensual locked down to just one mujer.
Oh, hold on, wait. I downloaded GarageBand for this shit. Let me bust this out. Let's see.
Old school. We're going old school.
That's an old school SCU for sure.
I am looking for
the man in the mirror.
Oh, no, I only got synthesizers. Oh, wait. All right, now. Give me 2 minutes to figure this out.
It's going to suck. That's going to suck.
It's not going to suck. Hey, Dick.
How are you at throwing darts, Justin?
Doing what?
Throwing darts.
Oh, I got to the top. Yeah, you should do that.
You did?
Yeah.
What do you get for it?
It takes a minute to realize how it works.
Yeah.
But yeah. So there is both an achievement and then they give you a special materia that's worth having. So.
Fucking tricks.
Hello, my friends. Welcome to Sencho's Corner, where I will talk to you about love, for Sencho knows about love.
Can we make this a thing on the show?
Do not tell me what to do, white man. You are racist. And racist is no. The other day, Sencho was out in the sea in my ship. And I said, Maria. And Maria's like, what do you want? And I said, get out of my fucking ship. And she left. And from there on, I was Sencho Barbosa. It took a while to get it going. Sorry. I'm actually going to learn to play this. But
oh, God, that's great.
Yeah.
The Book of Life, Maria. Maria!
Yeah, we should do that. If we'll post it on the Facebook page at Facebook.
I feel like it should be specific listener questions related to love life.
Love life, yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Marriage, dating, whatever. You know, anything.
Absolutely.
Ask Sancho.
Sancho.
Yeah. I want this as a reoccurring weekly thing.
Yeah, we should do that if the people...
Listeners, do you want it? And if not, what's wrong with you?
The people.
Sencho.
Shit. I wonder how hard it'd be for him to draw. Gears are turning.
Make it happen, Oscar.
I will.
Make it shit.
Sencho. Sencho Barbosa Show. Dígamelo.
I love it. I
The
love
Sen
it.
Show.
It's too good.
And if there are any other fellow Latino listeners out there that want to donate their voices as phone calls to Sencho, do it. So yeah, but I think that covers it for today. The third-party company I'd like to survive a pandemic apocalypse. Oh, dude, I'm not gonna lie, you're gonna hate me, Robert. Iron Factory.
What?
Just, I want Iron Factory to survive it.
Oh.
Just because they knock it out. I love their shit.
Why would I hate you?
Yeah, Robert loves them.
Because you don't collect Iron Factory.
Yes, I do.
I don't.
I've got a pile of them. The only ones I don't have, I'm not keeping the original ones, and I'm not keeping the ones that are coming out now.
Do not lie, my friend. Do not lie to Sencho.
Just
Sencho
because,
knows you're lying.
Just
Mentiroso.
Just,
Te cagué en la cara. Comiendo mierda porque usted es mentiroso.
I don't even know what he's saying anymore. It just sounds good.
El taxista.
Las mujeres desnudas.
¿Dónde es la
mujeres
biblioteca?
desnudas. Pero voy a... La biblioteca está por el fundido de tu esposa.
El taxista tiene dos narices. Yo tengo que pagarle dos.
Did I hear something about a library in there?
Yes. Where's the library?
Sancho also knows that you are a biche.
Chupa mi penga.
Mamea lo huevo, cabrón.
Mis tetas es muy grande.
My favorite, when my dad and I used to argue when I was a teenager, I always used to catch him off guard. I'd be like, "Guys, say la boca, weti la peo tu boca, cabrón," which means you shut your mouth before I fart in it. And he'd be like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, I win. I always win."
The only thing I didn't get recently was the fucking cliff jumper, you know, because it's just too far afield for me. But
did you get the dragon?
Yeah, I'm waiting for it. It's on the way.
Beast.
Of course. Yeah, heat fart, whatever it's called. Hot fart. Yeah.
P.R. really loved it.
You think I'd pass that thing up? Hell no.
I missed out. Like an ass, I missed out.
You know, with Pia, I'm sad that he's converted his channel to a kids channel, because like it never notifies me of anything anymore. I'm like, that is a mistake. Come on.
You know it does, you pervert.
No, it does not.
So he willingly marked it as.
I make content for kids. And I'm like, no, you don't.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah. So
what did he thought he'd get out of it? More Patreons? Fucking.
I don't know what you actually get from it. Yeah. So. Yeah. So there's no more subscriptions on it, or you can subscribe, but it doesn't give you any notifications to it, and like I don't even know if you can comment on it or anything, and like it sucks because like I like Pia, he's a good guy, you know, and like the fact that you can't see his stuff anymore is disappointing to me.
You know, I'm reminded of TFCon Charlotte years and years ago, where I'm sitting there talking.
Drunk.
Forgot who I was talking to. It was at night, so I had sobered up. Not fucking 11 o'clock in the afternoon. I was talking to somebody, and Pia approached me and the other person, and then I forgot who it was. They came up and were like, "Oh my god, did you ever like?" and fucking said something really gross. He was like, "Okay, guys, good talk," and he walked away. I was like, "Oh." Like, I could have networked. I could have been one of the big guys.
Pia!
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 Oh, Pia.
So,
oh, Billy.
Guy sure looks like plant food to me. Guy sure looks like plant food to me. So go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/Shattercast Uncut. Shout out to our friends of the Cool Table Network, Nerd Rage Radio. Even though Bobby never listens to us, we're going to keep saying that till he admits something.
Mm-hmm.
Or he shows up and defends himself.
By the way, last week I remember, I think it was Robert said that he would talk to Bobby, and Bobby said he misses me. And you know what? No comments from Bobby.
Oh,
so.
Awesome.
Wow.
I can't wait. That's great. Oh, I'm going to get him for that.
Dude, you have to record yourself doing it so we could upload it to the Facebook page.
You know, last week I was trying to get him on the show, and we were messaging back and forth.
Yeah,
I was like, why don't you get on the SCU tonight? And it was just like, no more replies. I was like,
Bobby has left the conversation.
It's like, I know you're reading the fucking comments. I know you're seeing the notifications, but you're not opening it, so I don't see that you're seeing it. But I know you did. He was working. But still, it was funny. I can't wait to give him a guilt trip. He actually did reply about that. He was like, oh, yeah, you're right. I need to call that guy. I need to call him. That's what he said. Something about that. Something like that.
Mm-hmm. Tasty. You should still record his reaction and then share it for the world to see.
Well,
that's because Justin is clearly the victim here.
Oh yeah, I'm always the victim. So, like I said, I have no ill will towards Bobby because I have not called him either. So, you know.
I mean, your phone works too,
both
bro.
ways.
Yeah, you'll just have to, wear a condom next time you guys fuck at his Halloween party.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Indeed.
Okay.
So take us out of here, Greg.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. Check us out on Facebook at www.facebook.com/ShattercastOnline. That's not it. .net. Don't get coronavirus. Wear a mask. And shut the fuck up.
Call your friends.
Call your friends, yeah. Yeah, seriously. Call your friends. Call your family members. Pet your dog. Pet your cat. Say something nice to your neighbor. Pick up a hobby or try a skill. Try your hand at something you've always wanted to try, because you just never know.
A trade or a skill?
A trade. A trader.
Or a
Trader Joe's. Go to Trader Joe's one day. They got pretty good orange chicken.
Do they?
Yeah. I mean, it's a stove meal thing, but it's not bad.
Okay.
And they had some fried rice and
Chinese chicken.
Get a $3 bottle of wine and
$3.
I haven't been to Trader Joe's in a while. It's been at least
2 days.
It's been like 1 week.
2 weeks
since I looked at you. What?
Yeah.
We're on an outro, and it became an intro.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Cinco de Mayo. Oscar, did you get anything? Justin?
So on behalf of me and the other members of Shattercast Uncut, we ask you to please collect responsibly and for the sake of Primus, speak good to yourselves and each other. And otherwise,
Matt's on.
that,
It's Taco Tuesday, Cinco de Mayo on 420.
shut the fuck up, Robert. Roll Tide.
And you can't go anywhere.
Can't go anywhere. God damn it. I bought gas yesterday. It was $3 a gallon.
What?
Yeah, fucking bullshit. $2.99
Get it at the
a gallon.
bodega?
I went to the bodega. Oh, that food.
Did you buy it out of a Pepsi bottle?
Gas station. Fucking bullshit. Gas station. $2.99 for premium.
Oh, well, that's your first.
I have to. It's a new car.
All right, good night, folks.
All right, I'm gonna go. Have a good night, guys. It was nice. It was a good.